Hi friends, in today's video let us learn about tissues. This is for class 9 chapter 6. Class 9 chapter 6 tissues. Okay, so tissues, what are tissues? They are group of cells having same structure and same function. Group of cells having same structure and same function are called tissues. You know very well that cells join to form tissues. Tissues join to form organs. Okay. So, having similar structure and similar function. It's a group of cells having similar structure and similar function, right? They carry out specific functions in plants as well as animals. They carry out special functions, specific functions. If you take animal tissues, the muscular tissue, example, muscular tissue in human beings, they help to move. It is responsible for movement. Okay, so those tissues contract and relax. So that is a specific function of muscular tissue. They contract and relax, thereby helping in movement. In case of human beings, muscular tissue. If you take plant cells, they have vascular tissue. Vascular tissue will have xylem and phloem. So xylem conducts water and phloem conducts food. So these are specific functions of the vascular tissue in plants. Okay. Okay, let's see the differences between animal tissues and plant tissues, right? Differences between plant tissues and animal tissues. Plants do not move. Okay, plants do not move from place to place. Plants do not move from place to place. So, plant tissues they provide mechanical support and strength. Plant tissues provide mechanical support and strength. Most of the tissues are dead cells. You have seen that wood of the tree, bark of the tree, the husk of certain fruits. Okay, they are all non-living, dead. So they provide support, mechanical support and strength. Mostly, they're all dead cells. And when it comes to growth, at only certain places growth take place. That growing points or growing regions are called meristems. Okay, meristem means the growing region of the plants. And they have some permanent tissues that do not divide. That which have lost the power of dividing are called permanent tissues. In plants, there are tissues which are permanent. They have lost their power of dividing. Okay, after its maturity, they stop dividing. However, the growing points are called as meristems. In plant cells, most of the tissues are dead cells. All these provide mechanical support and strength to the plants. Because plants do not move from place to place, their energy requirements are always less. Right? Coming to the animal tissues, animals move from place to place. So they need more energy. Animals move from place to place. They need more energy. So here the cells are living. All the cells and tissues are living. And there is no separate dividing cells, non-dividing cells. Like in plants, there is no meristem or permanent tissues, nothing like that. No dividing or non-dividing cells, right? So these are all the differences between plant tissues and animal tissues. Okay, let us see about the types of plant tissues, right? Plant tissues, they are divided into meristematic tissues, permanent tissues. Okay, meristematic tissues means they are the active growing regions of the plant, the growing regions of the plant, or the region of active cell division. The region of active cell division is called meristem. Such tissues are called meristematic tissues. They are seen especially in the stem tip and root tip regions. Permanent tissues. They are tissues that have lost their power of dividing. They are permanent. They have lost their power of dividing. Okay, under meristematic tissues, three types: apical, intercalary, lateral. Apical, intercalary, lateral. Apical, this is the apex part of the plant, that is stem tip and root tip. Tip of the shoot, tip of the root. There, the growth will be continuously going on. Okay. Intercalary is seen in the nodal regions of the plants. Okay. The nodal parts, that leaf base, okay, nodes and internodes. There you can see intercalary meristem. They provide the elongation of the stem, okay, the growth. Yes, lateral meristem. They are seen on the sides of the stem and the leaf base. These regions they are seen, and more it is seen in the in between xylem and phloem. Lateral meristem is usually seen in between xylem and phloem. Okay, it is also known as cambium. The other word for lateral meristem is cambium, usually seen in between xylem and phloem. They help in increasing the girth of the plant, the sideward expansion of the plant, girth of the plant, right? Okay. Apical, the apex, stem tip, root tip, intercalary, the nodes and internodal regions, lateral, especially on the sides of the stem, so that it helps in increasing the girth, and found in between the xylem and phloem. Coming to the permanent tissues, we have two types, simple permanent and complex permanent. Simple means these cells have only one type of cells. Simple tissues have only one type of cells. Example, parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Three types are there under simple permanent tissues. Under complex permanent tissues, we have two types, xylem and phloem. They are also called vascular tissues. Xylem conducts water and the movement is upward from root hairs to the aerial parts of the plant, and phloem conducts food materials from the leaf towards downward. Okay, so this is water conduction, this is food conduction. Complex permanent tissue. Complex in the sense they have more than one type of cells. Complex tissues means they have more than one type of cells. Simple tissues means they have only one type of cells. So simple tissues example, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, and complex tissue example, xylem and phloem. Okay, in plant tissues, under simple permanent tissues, we saw three types, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. About that, we will see the characteristic features in a tabular form. Parenchyma, simple permanent tissue. First one, parenchyma. They are loosely packed cells. Loosely packed means loosely arranged cells. Their cell walls are thin, thin-walled cells. They have large intercellular spaces, more intercellular spaces. Between cells, there will be space. So, more number of such intercellular spaces are seen in parenchyma cells. In parenchyma, two types are there. Parenchyma with chloroplast are called chlorenchyma. They help in photosynthesis. And parenchyma with large air cavities. Air cavities means space inside. They help in exchange of gases. Okay, we all know that plant take in CO2 and leave out oxygen. That kind of exchange of gases by diffusion method is possible in these parenchyma cells. Parenchyma cells with lot of air cavities, they are called parenchyma. Parenchyma cells with chloroplast are called chlorenchyma. So first one helps in photosynthesis, next one in exchange of gases. However, the parenchyma has three functions: photosynthesis, secretions, storage. Okay, parenchyma mostly storage of food particles and other things takes place in parenchyma. Okay, so loosely packed thin-walled cells has intercellular spaces, more intercellular spaces, two types, chlorenchyma, parenchyma, and the functions are given. Now, collenchyma, the next simple permanent tissue, the second one, collenchyma, elongated cells. Here, parenchyma will be spherical cells, round shape. Here, it will be elongated in a oval shape. Less intercellular spaces. When compared to parenchyma, the spaces are very less. Thick at the corners. The corners of the cells are very thick. Function flexibility. Flexibility in the sense you know that the leaf bends. Okay, the branches bend. The kind of bending nature of that plant is due to colloidal muscles. It offers flexibility. Then mechanical support. These are the functions of collenchyma: flexibility and mechanical support. Then we come to the third part, sclerenchyma. Long, narrow cells, very thick walled cells. They will be in the form of hexagon shape, very thick walled cells. That thickness is due to the presence of a chemical substance called lignin. Lignin makes that tissues harder. It acts as a cement. Okay, lignin is a chemical substance by which the walls of sclerenchyma are made. Thick walls due to the presence of lignin. Dead cells. Okay, sclerenchyma are dead cells. Example, the husk of coconut. You see that brownish fibers, no? They're all dead cells. They're all sclerenchyma part. Function gives strength and hardness to the plants. Okay, the hardness of the outer coating of the fruits and such that hardness is given by sclerenchyma plus strength and support. Sclerenchyma offers strength and support to the plants. Okay, next we'll see about complex permanent tissues. Under complex permanent tissues, first let me tell what do you mean by complex. Already I told you. Complex means the cells that have more than one type of cells. Tissues that have more than one type of cells. See, they are made up of more than one type of cells. Whereas in simple permanent tissues, they are made up of only one type of cells. Here, complex in the sense more than one type of cells. Okay. In this, we are going to study about xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem are also called as vascular tissues or conducting tissues. Vascular tissues or conducting tissues. We all know that xylem conducts water, phloem conducts food materials, right? Under xylem, there are four members, okay? Tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers. That is why it's called a complex tissue. Under phloem, we have sieve tubes or sieve elements, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, phloem fibers. That is why it's called a complex tissue. So more than one type of cells. See, four types. More than one type. So only they are called as complex permanent tissue. Okay. The tracheids vessels will conduct water. Xylem parenchyma will store food. Fibers will provide strength. Okay. These two conduct water. This will store food. This will give the strength, support. Here also the same. This will conduct food materials. The food is prepared in the leaf. You all know that leaf undergoes photosynthesis. So that food material is brought down from the leaf to the bottom portion of the plant. Okay, that is done by sieve tubes and companion cells, conduction of food. Similarly, phloem parenchyma stores food and phloem fibers will provide the necessary support. Okay, so this is about the complex permanent tissues. So today we have totally learnt about the plant tissues as whole. Okay, so in my next video I'll explain to you about the animal tissues. Okay, thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe, like and share.